Today we're looking at sales development and how sales can influence a growth initiative. I'm joined by Mike Kemball, Sales Director with a huge range of business experience, who currently works as an Interim Sales Director, helping business leaders to grow sales and increase profit. Welcome, Mike. To start then, for CEOs assessing their next initiative, how important are objectives?
I would, well, I'm a great believer in management by objectives. I'd say people are probably, what I tend to find, people are a little bit too quick to grab an objective and take one off the shelf. How I prefer to phrase it is, what are the outcomes you're looking for? So in other words, whether it's 12 months ahead, 24 months ahead, or 36 months ahead, how would you know you'd arrived? So what are the outcomes? What will have happened, assuming everything had been really successful? And then getting clarity on those outcomes, then work that back. Then what are the objectives? What are the milestones? What do you need to achieve to get there? Whether that's about your existing customers, making sure you're delivering for them, growing the new customers, a mix of both. What does that look like? Often I see people going, yes, we just want new business, we want new business, but they're churning customers like crazy. And the question, it's 6 to 10 times more expensive to win a new customer than to keep an existing one or to grow an existing one, because you've got the relationships. One of the things I hope people have done over the last 12 months is put their arms around their existing customers and need them. But you still need to grow, and you've got to go after your new customers. So what are the outcomes you want? What does it look like? Get into a discussion with some of your team, get some stuff going backwards and forwards. And if you can visualize it, if you can smell it, if you can really feel it, then the chances, and you get a buzz of excitement from it, then the chances are then you'll achieve them.
Mike, what does this mean for market approach?
I mean, if you mean by market approach, how you go to market and how do you reach out to and engage with your clients, I think you always come back to the core things. Who is your target market? Who is your ideal client? What do they look like? And once you've done, the clearer you're on your target market, the more focused and the more real it gets. When I'm working with clients, whether they're business owners or going in and working with a sales team, often I find it's way too woolly over who your target market is. And the more specific you are, getting clarity on that, once you go your target market or your ideal client, is what drives them. Start with the customer in mind. What drives them? What are they looking for? Where are they hurting? Yeah, where are they trying to get to? How are you going to help them either grow their business? How are you going to save them costs? How are you going to make life easier for them? You've got to be able to light them up. So what's your offer and what makes it compelling in those terms? So often what I see is stuff, there's a vague target market, the offer is pretty generic, and where the compelling drivers, you've got to go for what makes a difference. What is the difference that makes a difference? What's going to make people suddenly go up and say, that's interesting, talk to me, tell me about it. And it's getting rid of this blandness that's in the market. And I hope if the one thing COVID has done has got people focused and on where they can make a difference, where they can add value.
Okay, thank you. And I guess sales is no stranger to targets. What advice would you give on performance measurement?
Once again, one of the challenges on targets and performance measurement, and I see this in almost the bigger the company, the worse it gets. But believe me, quite a lot of small and even startups are drowning in KPIs. I know investors love them and things, but I'd say focus in, if you come back to the outcomes, What are the outcomes you want to achieve? What are your objectives behind that? And then what are the key milestones along the way there? The other side in sales is a sales process. What are the steps on the journey? Most sales, the days of the foot in the door salesman selling you an encyclopedia, they're still there for some products, but the vast majority of businesses, particularly technology businesses, value add business, services business, you've got a number of steps. Now and again, you'll get a home run, but normally what you've got to do is get the client to the next base, get them there, regroup, take them on to the next one. The biggest mistake I see people who going into sales and new to sales, they've got all the enthusiasm in the world. And as one of my old bosses said, there's a big difference between seduction and rape. And I think too many salespeople are too busy trying to rape their customers. And that's not it. It's take them step by step. What is that sales process? What are the steps in there? And then what are the key measurables that you've got there? So sometimes there's quantity and there's quality. And within there, you've got your conversion rates.
Important. Okay, well, look, thank you for your time today, Mike. Thank you to the audience for watching. That's our 5-minute roundup, or a little bit longer. More tips on business growth and revenue generation, visit my YouTube channel or my webpage, revenueworks.co.uk. And until next time, keep on growing.